Hi everyone, Carol Manako here from Business Wahine NZ with Carol Manako. I am your host, Carol Manako. Hi everyone. Hey, I'd like to talk about looking at starting a new business or building up a new business in a niche area. So a niche area doesn't necessarily mean a high end. It can mean a niche area that's a specialised area that not many people are looking into or involved in, which usually require some sort of specialised qualifications or experience. So market research. It's really important that you conduct really thorough market research to understand the niche area that you're wanting to enter into. So identify your target audience and your competitors, your market trends, and any potential opportunities that might be arising for you in the area that you choose to run your business. It's also really important that you have your UVP or unique value proposition. What is it that you're offering that is different to other people? So clearly define your business's unique value proposition. What sets you apart from anybody else? And not that it's a competition, because you're only in competition with yourself, right, at the end of the day. But it's good to be aware of other businesses that are working in the area that you are, if there are any at all, working in the area that you are. Why should your customers choose your products or your services? If you're a heart-led business, then you want to attract people that have a more holistic view on services and who align with the values of your business and your company and that sort of thing. Make sure that your value proposition addresses any specific needs that your audience, your potential customer, want satisfied. Branding. So a lot of marketing gurus and that sort of thing talk about branding, and it's always interesting when you get your branding the way that you like it, how much easier it is to actually produce anything for your business. So that becomes really important when you're putting out any new content, anything new, or any of your documents and that sort of thing. If you have some branding, it gives your business an identity, and your audience or your customer, the people you want to attract that align with you, immediately recognize that that's you online or wherever, because they recognize your logo, your color scheme, and it's all familiar. It becomes very familiar, and it's part and parcel of building that relationship. That can also help you to build your online presence, where people will see your branding and they'll start to recognize it after a while. So it's great to get your professional website done. That doesn't have to be a real expensive exercise, but have that done if it's something that your business needs. Make sure it's user friendly, that it works properly, that it's really appealing to people. So that's where the branding comes in, and optimize it for mobile devices. So make sure that it will look good not only on a laptop but also on a mobile phone, that they can read it all. So that takes a little bit of fiddling sometimes. Learn a little bit about SEO or search engine optimization, how to get to the top of the list. Now's probably a good time to jump online and look up Business Wahine NZ, and I'll come up number one every time. So networking. Get around, let people know. If you're going to go in business, the worst thing you can do is make it a secret. So you've actually got to put yourself out there, like I'm doing right now, and talk to people, let people know what you're doing, engage with other people, influencers, experts, any potential customers, go to relevant, events and conferences, trade shows, if that's what it needs, and start to build connections and relationships with other people. The only way your business will be successful is if you put yourself out there. The other obvious, you would think an obvious thing, and that is the customer experience. So it's really important that when your customer engages with your business at any time, that they feel like they've got the experience that they wanted to have, or even better than. Under promise and over deliver. So focus on the delivery, what they want. Word of mouth recommendations are really great. So it's nothing better than having referrals, word of mouth. But try and establish yourself in your niche by creating, really cool content. So it doesn't need to be super flashy or expensive, but it could include lots of different things: blog posts, videos, infographics, tutorials, courses that address pain points. People talk about pain points, but really it's around showing your customer, your potential customer, what's the advantage to them of taking you on and becoming part of your customer base. Build your partnerships and collaborations. It's always much easier in a team. Basically, if you're wanting to scale up at any point, you can only go to a certain point by yourself before you actually need a team in place to help you to do that. So it's really good to continue to build those relationships so you can expand your reach, and it also helps with your credibility. So they'll in the marketplace, and that they will help basically rise you all together. Customer feedback is really important as well. So if you don't have an automated system, I know Shopify does have an automated system, and there are others that Klaviyo can be built in. There's other marketing apps and that sort of thing where you can actually have it built in so that when your customers do purchase from you, that they'll automatically get a reminder post delivery or post whatever it is, post the service, to put a review in if they'd like to, and rate it so that others can see where you sit in terms of that and what sort of customer experience they had coming through. So feedback's really, really important. Also important is the understanding of the metrics, so the insights. If you have a Facebook dashboard or Instagram or whatever, you will get a whole lot of, wee graphs and that sort of thing that show what your audience, the size of your audience, how far your post reached and that sort of thing. So it's really good to keep an eye on those to see not only what your best posts were, so you can go back and see what works, what doesn't work, all of that sort of thing, or even recognise when the algorithm changes. The algorithm, 9 times out of 10, videos do much better than any other content that you can potentially put on there. So monitor that and have a look at that data and make sure that you can, translate that so that you know which is working best for you and which areas you might need to improve it all. But also be adaptable and flexible. So be prepared to adapt your business strategies based on market feedback. So what customers are saying to you, don't stand too strong in some things. Some things you do need to be a bit flexible. So make sure to take the feedback, and receive it. Receive it well, and change with different trends as the market changes as well. Make sure that you're compliant with the regulations and laws and that sort of thing, that you've got tax efficiencies in place. So important to talk to your accountant about what you require as a business to be compliant with the relevant laws. And I just have a very simple rule around that stuff too when it comes to your customer. Don't be a dick. Be a great business owner, provide a wonderful service. Whatever you're delivering as a service or a product, try and do the best that you can do, and be kind, don't be a dick. And also patience and persistence. Now, with yourself, this is part of self-care as well, is you're building a business presence, in a niche area, and it can take time, and at times it can be quite deflating. So just be patient and persistent in your efforts and stay committed to your vision. Remember what your why was, what your life purpose and why was. So success in a niche market, it often comes from understanding the unique needs and preferences of your audience or your customer base, your customers, and tailoring your products and your services and marketing accordingly for them.